Hi, this is Mathia Ford with Renal Diet HQ, and today I want to talk to you about stress management and chronic kidney disease, because while they often happen together, they aren't necessarily the best thing to go together. So I wanted to go over some thoughts and ideas that I have about how you can better manage your stress to help improve your health and wellness and life in general. So today, I want you to know you can go to the website. I'm going to put it in the link in the live, and that way you can find the article that I'm talking about, and I'm kind of going to go over what the information says. Let me see if I can find it. So, very common thing for people to do is to say, I'm going to have lower stress, less stress, whatever, at whatever point in your life, either when you find out you have chronic kidney disease or it's a new year or something happens. So that is a great kind of resolution or change that you can make in your life. But we all know that chronic kidney disease adds a lot of stress to your life. So you have financial things, you have society things going on, you have probably family obligations, you have emotional stress, all those things. And now you have additional medications, additional doctor's appointments, additional diet restrictions, all that you have to manage as well. So that does not decrease your stress level. And the other thing is that you're now thinking, about, am I going to get put on dialysis? How long am I going to manage these restrictions? How can I slow this down? And you probably already had either diabetes or heart disease or both. So all of that together just does not make for a happy, comfortable, stress-free life. So let's talk about how stress can affect you. And here's the link. It is renal-hq.com/stress-management-tips-new-year. So that's going to be the link. So stress can elevate your blood pressure. It can cause higher blood sugar levels. It can affect all of your other health problems that you may have. And it can make it more difficult for your kidneys to function, in addition to the fact that they're already having some difficulty. And it can just kind of generally harm you altogether if you're not managing it. It is just it's kind of like it kind of eats away at your health a little bit if you don't manage your stress a little better. So you're not going to get rid of your stress, but some things you can do that can improve your stress levels, decrease them, is number one thing you can do is exercise. So if you're not exercising, remember you need to talk to your doctor about it. But if you are, just being active, moving, taking your dog for a walk, walking around your house. My father, I think I've said this before, my father lives with us and he walks around the house a couple times a day. We have an elliptical machine now too that he also uses, but he just kind of does that to keep his blood flow going and his body kind of moving things around. Your brain releases those feel-good endorphins when you exercise, so those help reduce your stress just because they're making you feel a little better. And the point of exercise is it kind of increases your heart rate and teaches your body how to manage the stress of an increased heart rate, and so your body learns how to bring it down faster. So then in a regular experience, if you have an increased heart rate, when you relax, your heart rate will come back down to normal more quickly, and that's always helpful to you. So number two is diet. Following your kidney diet, making sure you feel healthy altogether, eating lower salt, lower sugar, any other restricted items that you may have, fluids or potassium or phosphorus, any of that. So managing those. And if you watch our Zestify Your Diet series, then you can find great diet, meals, recipes for you to use. But watching your diet is especially important. Sleep. it's not a badge of, courage, or it's not helpful to get no sleep. So making sure that you're getting enough sleep, and you know what that is. So if your body is used to it and you can get 8 hours of sleep a night, you should do that. Even if it means going to bed at 9 o'clock at night and getting up, if you get up at 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning. There's nothing wrong with that. And you need to kind of test and see, okay, if I sleep a little longer, sometimes that makes you more tired. Maybe you need a nap in the afternoon. There's nothing wrong with that either, as long as you're not obviously working. But both your mind and your body need to relax and rest. And I've found, like, especially again with my father, that he can't sleep well at night. So he takes a little nap in the day, and that seems to help him to have less stress and a little better feel. 4 is music. So you can listen to some music, and music that calms your nerves. So like classical music, or even music just that you had when you were growing up. Music brings back those happy, good memories usually. So I think it's always a good thing to try to incorporate that. If you have like Amazon Prime and you have an Amazon music list, you can listen to some classical music that's called focus classical or focus music, and it helps your brain to focus a little better. But they probably also have like a relaxing music station. So any of that is helpful whenever you're working or doing things. Number 5, support. So having someone that knows what you're going through, that you can talk to about your concerns and issues, things that happen to you, things that are frustrating to you, getting that off your chest. So being able to talk to somebody about it. You shouldn't have to feel like you deal with everything alone, but you also need to make sure that the person you're talking to and the person you're asking for support is supportive. If they're negative, if they're very much like, this is your fault, this is something you deserve, all that type of stuff, those are not helpful comments. So I encourage you to get those out of your life, because those can cause more stress. But if you have someone who is being supportive, listens to you, helps you, gives you support, a ride or whatever you need, just checks in on you via text or email or call, then having that can reduce your stress quite a bit. Okay, number 6 is setting goals. So one of the things that I think is kind of always funny whenever somebody says it is, you can't get somewhere unless you know where you're going. So if you are going, okay, I'm going to improve my kidney disease, but you don't know where you are now and you don't know where you want to go, it's really hard to generically improve something. So if you have a goal of wanting to improve your kidney failure, what specifically do you want to improve? Do you want to improve your creatinine? Do you want to improve your eating habits? Do you want to improve your exercise? Whatever it is, and then figure out where you are now and figure out where you need to go, and then what you need to do to get there. So if I said, I want to improve my exercise, and right now I don't exercise, and I want to get to where I'm exercising 3 days a week for 30 minutes, I'm going to start with 5 minutes 3 days a week, and then 10 minutes, and then a little more. But at least I know where I'm going. If I just said I want to improve my exercise, that could be me walking for 5 minutes a day, and that wouldn't get me where I really truly wanted to go, where I know the outcome is improved. And number 7, relaxation techniques. So calming your nerves and your mind, doing some meditation. There's meditation apps, there's meditation websites, all of that you can relax your mind and kind of calm your brain. And that's part of that music, relaxing music, those types of things, deep breathing. Yoga can be great for this. Tai Chi can be great for this. Because when you focus on that activity, you're letting your mind kind of relax because it's not having to be on point. So it's really good to keep your stress levels down and working to manage them. And then I want to show you, so if you go to that website that I gave you, renaldiethq.com/stress-management-tips-new-year. You can download this, which is the stress management tips checklist. And it kind of goes over those things that I talked about, but limiting your exercise management, following your kidney diet, sleep, music, support, goals, and relaxation techniques. And it's kind of like a summary of what we talked about. And you can go through and you can make some notes, but I really just encourage you when it comes to stress to acknowledge it and realize it's there. So think about a time when you're calm, and then next time that you're kind of going a million places. Another kind of bonus tip that I have for you is to schedule things. And you may think, like I always think, I don't have that much stuff, I don't need to do a schedule. But when I schedule things into my day, then I know they're going to get done, and I don't worry about like, what should I be doing? Because I already decided this is what I should be doing. So I use a Google Calendar, and I go in and I'll say, I'm going to do my 30 minutes of exercise. I'm going to do this. I'm going to write an article, whatever. So I have those things lined out for the day. And that way I know that what I'm working on is what, and so I'm not worried about everything else. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. I've got it all down. Then at the end of the day, I plan the next day. So at the end of the day is when I worry about, okay, what do I really need to get done? What am I missing? What types of things? Same thing with food and meal planning. You can do that one time a week where you kind of download and know, okay, this is what I'm going to eat this week, and get your meals, get your groceries done, whatever, and then you're prepared. And when you say to yourself, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? Oh, I already planned it. So that a big, huge stress reducer. And so planning and scheduling things a little bit, even as far as just laying out your clothes for the next day, not making it a big choice. So that reduces your stress level as well. So have a great day. If you're watching this on the replay, I appreciate any comments, feedback, let me know, and put any comments on other things you'd like to hear about. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Okay, head on over to renaldiethq.com, and at the top there's a line of little clicks that you can make with either you have diabetes and kidney disease, you're just found out you have kidney disease, or you're on dialysis. Any of those will get you a free 7-day meal plan. Okay, thanks.